And fans, tonight's main event of the RWL Snarl Rage Memorial Day Special, the Super Heavyweight Championship, being defended by the Mexican monolith Warlord Santos against no less a personage than Bruiser Brody himself.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's main event, set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit, is for the RWL Super Heavyweight Championship.
This one comes about as a result of Bruiser Brody being in the market for something other than the No Rules Championship. Brody wants to prove that he's capable of actual wrestling, not just hardcore deathmatch stuff, and he's called out the Mexican monolith, and he took his tongue and suggested that Santos is afraid to grant him a title shot. I could have told Brody that was not only the wrong approach, but it's also kind of foolhardy.
Wally, you can call Santos a lot of things, but do not ever suggest to him that he's afraid of you.
I'll agree that was not very smart, especially since Bruiser Brody loves that Super Heavyweight Championship. You seen what happened with Vader the last time he defended it?
We sure did, and it certainly didn't end well for Vader.
Now on this one, Sylvia and Santos both advised me to be ready to see Brody just straight humiliated. Like you say, Santos doesn't appreciate any implications that he's anything even like a coward. It's the sort of insult that makes the Mexican monolith that much more dangerous, because I don't care how tough anyone thinks themselves to be when you got a 7'2", almost 500-pound giant mad at you. It's usually a losing proposition.
I'm pretty sure that Brody has forgotten. Santos has faced him in a no-rules match and won it. Or maybe he hasn't forgotten and just wanted to get under the skin of the Mexican monolith because of it. Either way, Brody has chosen the most unwise method of getting himself this Super Heavyweight Championship match. But either way, the insult isn't gonna go unchallenged or unpunished by Santos.
Wally, in my time, I considered myself to be something of a super badass. But even I would not imply that Warlord Santos was yellow.
The challenger from Santa Fe, New Mexico, weighing 305 pounds, here is Bruiser Brody. His opponent, accompanied by Sylvia Strong from Hidalgo, Mexico, weighing 496 pounds, the RWL Super Heavyweight Champion, the Mexican monolith, Warlord Santos.
Well, let's find out now if Bruiser Brody was talking facts or talking garbage. Warlord Santos ready for him. Referee Tom Canamora rings the bell. Santos charges, misses with the clothesline. Brody goes behind. Butt bump from Warlord Santos. Shoves Brody back. Tries for the clothesline again. Gets caught up again in the rear and catches another butt bump. Bruiser Brody locks him up. Whips him over the top rope out onto the apron. Brody brings him back in the hard way. Wow, that's power. Here's a cover. 1, 2, a near fall. Within the first 30 seconds, this match is... Oh, Brody misses with the rolling elbow. This match is going to be a ride. Here's a clothesline from Warlord Santos. The Mexican monolith pitches Brody halfway across town by his throat. And now Bruiser Brody laid out as Warlord Santos makes his way, takes that 496 pounds all the way up to the top rope, and there's an elbow drop right across the chest of Bruiser Brody. Oh man, look at this, a little impromptu shiatsu and a kick to the chest from Warlord. Said he's just walking all over Bruiser Brody. He certainly doesn't look scared of Brody. A locked up kick to the midsection from Brody, and here's a clothesline that misses. The Mexican Monolith rounds him up, but Brody counters with an elbow, charges. Santos counters again. There's a whip, and there's a shoulder tackle. The Mexican Monolith taking full advantage of Bruiser Brody beating his feet on the Mississippi mud. Oh, man. All the way up to the top again goes Warlord Santos. Brody on the outside. Boom! Elbow right to the top of the skull. And oh, man, he is just beating his feet on that Mississippi mud for sure. Warlord Santos with the full support of the fans here in Florida. Bruiser Brody choke slammed right onto the floor on the outside as Tom Canamora continues to count. Brody catches a clubbing overhand right from Santos. Santos gathers him up again, locks him up, finally gets Brody back inside the ring. The Mexican Monolith taking a moment to show off on the apron. I've warned people about this in the past. Whoa, and there you go again. When are people ever going to learn? Bruiser Brody all the way up on the top turnbuckle, misses with the double axe handle as Warlord Santos definitely just steps out of the way. Santos follows Brody on out, catches a chop, stops the kick and slams Brody down to the floor. Follows it up with a stomp. The Mexican Monolith pitches Bruiser Brody towards the steps by his ankle. Bruiser Brody catching quite a beating here at the hands of the Mexican Monolith. Warlord Santos damn sure doesn't look the least bit scared of Bruiser Brody. Brody laid out. Referee counting as Santos makes his way back inside the ring. The Mexican Monolith taking his time about this one. Brody is hurt. Oh, man. Santos all the way up on the top turnbuckle again as Brody starts to stand up. And here it goes, another double axe handle to the head of Bruiser Brody. Another stomp to the midsection. Warlord Santos with a double axe handle across the back of Bruiser Brody. Santos gathers him up again. The Mexican Monolith rolls Brody back inside the ring. Follows him on in himself over the top rope. Look at that, man. What height. The Mexican Monolith dragging Brody towards center ring. And Brody ain't moving. That ain't good. Misses with the stomp. Brody charges. Clothesline takes down Santos. Might have been playing possum. Knee to the midsection for Brody and a clothesline that takes him down. Santos. Oh, man, look at this. Back body drop. Brody back up on his feet. Santos rounds him up. There's a spine buster. The Mexican Monolith rolls him over. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. And just like that, it is all over. Warlord Santos retaining the Super Heavyweight Championship.
The time was for minutes and for seconds. Your winner and still Super Heavyweight Champion, Warlord Santos.
Well, damn. The Mexican Monolith, as bad as his word, literally humiliating Bruiser Brody in just a couple of minutes to retain the RWL Super Heavyweight Championship. That spine buster right there did the job too. He just had to roll him over and get Tom Canamora to do the count. Wow.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings to a close tonight's RWL Snarl Rage Memorial Day special. We thank all of you, as always, for joining us and for supporting RWL Wrestling. We'll be returning on Saturday, the 31st of May, with RWL Snarl. For all of us here at RWL, I've been Don Hickson, saying thanks, good night, and we'll see you next time at ringside. Good night, everybody.